you've got a broken blend door like I do, it's going to be what you do. So no particular order, but start with these two guys up here. So you got those two guys right there. Might as well unplug this guy right here. If you're like me, you hate these electrical connectors. That one's just a little pop tab. Don't think we're gonna have to take any more of that down. You do have a ground up here that you've got to grab, and that is a 10 millimeter. Make sure you got that ground loose. Put that over there. This guy's got to come off because you have got to. No, you don't. All right, so there we go. So I think we've got this guy holding it. We don't need to take that off either. So from there, we've got to remove this panel over here. Get the seatbelt off first. Forget what size that is. So 1/4 inch. X-head is doing it for me. Seatbelt comes out pretty easily. I like to just leave it hooked up, pushed to the side. No need to take it all the way off. We gotta pull this guy off because we've got to expose this piece of ductwork here. It's always nice to just grab here, give it a little bit of pop. Another little pop. Make sure you're just pulling out. Just pull it out that way. We don't need to remove it completely. But you've got a bolt hiding back here. Got a little bolt hiding back here. Gotta take it loose. You'll have to bear with me, my video skills aren't the best. We're losing our stuff. Here we go. We're not completely removing this ductwork, hopefully. We're just taking this bolt. So we have some play in it. So there you go. I get that out of the way, that lifts up. Okay, so from here, this is where it gets a little tricky. They start popping these off. Popping these guys off. We are going to have to remove this cover. It'll come off with a screwdriver. One, two, three, 4 little screws holding this guy together. This little cover's gonna pop off. to the side. You don't want to do this when it's hot because this thing will burn you. So keep that in mind. But you got to remove this. Plus you've got a clip hiding behind here. So you got a little clip hiding out behind that heater core that you got to get loose. Once you get that guy popped loose, there's another one under here. And like I was saying in my other video, if you caught that, once you have this ductwork loose, you can maneuver it a little bit, and then you can get in here to this other clip. It is a pain in the butt. So now we've got a few more clips on the back, and we've got this annoying one right here. I'm gonna go grab some crescent wrenches. I think a crescent wrench was actually the easiest way. If you got a little swivel or a shallow socket, you'll probably have a little bit better luck. I've got sockets that are about this size. I think I had an okay time with a crescent wrench, so I'm gonna go grab that right now. All right, I'm back. So this is what I was saying. Just used a crescent wrench, old school, 9/30 seconds. You know, if you got a funky one like this, seemed to do pretty good for me. But anything's gonna work. You know, just whatever makes your life easier. So I found if I laid this way, kind of pushed up, I was able to wrench in there pretty good. And this is probably the most annoying part of the whole job. There's a few clips hiding out in the back, but those pop off with a flathead. You just don't have enough room with this box to get your wrench in here. Alright, so this little screw right here, probably the hardest part of the whole job. This little guy came in handy. Probably get it with a smaller socket and a swivel. That's what I used. It's back up in there. It's real hard to see. Yeah, but anyways, from there, we've got a few clips on the back side back here. Back here. Get those popped off now. So, just take it. It's a little bit of a pain, but they'll come out. Just got one more hanging out in here. You want to be careful on your heater core. Don't put too much strain on it. There's that last one. Now that we have that out, this guy should lift right out. This little guy will lift out like this could be a problem. Alright, so we're back. I end up having to take that ductwork out. So we got that one screw, and then there's a thermostat right here. I think it's your ambient air thermostat. It just twists right out of there. Twists into there. With that out of the way, we should have no problem now lifting this guy up and out. It'll come right on out. So, yep, unfortunately, thought we were gonna not have to remove the ductwork, but that's the way it works. Let's go swap everything over. All right, so here we are back again to swap everything over. Pretty simple process. Hardest part, in my opinion, is getting this guy right here off. You've got some tabs. I think there's 6 of them, if I'm not mistaken. You got to pop them off. Be careful. There is a thermostat right there to detect the temperature, so don't be too rough with that. But yeah, so here we go. Let's. I think I'm gonna throw the actuators on first. I don't think there's any really set way to do this, but yeah, here we go. So I'm using a 7mm. I think everything on here is a 7mm, and most of it is a Phillips head. Alright, put the next actuator on. Just like that. Now I got the actuators on, we'll come over here. Like I said, I don't think there's any particular way to do this. Just whatever's easiest. So yeah, we'll leave that on there. So I'm thinking I'm going to take everything loose. You got 3 on the pan. This one's also a ground as well. One, two, three. I'll take this clip for the wiring. Do our AC control module. I undid that clip, you don't have to, so we'll just go ahead and swap this over. This guy. The AC control module. Right here. Yep, so you got a clip up here, or a tab there, and your 2 bolts here. And now we are dropping stuff. Here it is. Here. On this side. So now that you have this loose, you gotta get this guy off of here. This guy should lift out in one piece. There's a clip holding the wire right here. It's just to pull out going into the housing. Pull all of this out as well as this. Just like this. Everything should set right back in place. This is going to be a believe it or not, the hardest part of the job, but popping it back on's a lot easier. It just snaps into place like that. Go ahead and plug this guy back in and get it out of the way. Plug your actuator back in and plug that actuator back in. Bolt back in place. Most of these are Phillips heads. A bit easier to drive in my opinion. You got the three holding the housing, the blower to the housing. And don't forget, one of them is a ground. Make sure you put that wire back on there. There's your ground. Get a little easier with this out of the way. Tight, pop this back on. Make sure you got it nice and good. Alright. That. We have one more screw holding this. And there you go. Remember, this goes over the heater core. This is grounded to the car. It actually clips in right here as well. So you got that. So yeah, we'll go put it back in the car. All right, everybody. So I got it back in. I did a little bit of it off camera. You were just gonna be seeing my back anyway. But yeah, you just pull this guy out. Set it in there. I went ahead and popped the 3 clips on to hold it in place. You are gonna want to take the actuator off right here because that's gonna interfere with the heater core going back in. So yep, that's where we're at now. Let's get back to it. If you've got a ratcheting crescent wrench, it's probably the best way to do this. Other than that, it's a little bit of a pain. As much of it by hand as I can. So like I said, that's the worst part of the job. Once you got that guy done, it's all downhill. You just want to be easy on your heater core. Get it back into place. Keep your hands off the fins. Once you got your heater core back in, pop it in well. fix the cover back on here. Be careful not to over tighten these. It's just plastic. Doesn't have to be on there super tight. Got that guy installed. We can reach around back. You got the 3 clips hanging out back here. Really doing this blind. If I recall, the middle one's the hardest one to get to because you got this thing right here blocking your arm. Be careful not to drop these because it is tight back here. I found it easiest just to find it, slide the top on, and then snap the bottom in place. I got the hard one. Alright. You got 6 of these to do. 3 are on the front, 3 are on the back. And don't drop it like I just did. Whew. So now we'll go grab one off of our old. Go. Alrighty. At that point, you're basically done. We've got this piece of ductwork to put up here. We gotta wash my hands pretty good, so I don't want to mess my headliner up any more than that. So, hang tight. Alright, so now let's get this piece of ductwork back in. Now this thing right here is a little bit of a pain. I don't remember exactly how I did it last time, so bear with me. It was something like this. there's a pocket for it to fit into. You just gotta kind of work it. You gotta kind of work it up in there. That's why I was hoping to avoid taking this out again. It's like a point it gets past and it just slides in, but getting into there is there you go. So if you can get yours out without doing that, it's a lot easier. But you know, I kind of came in this way, and if you look in here, you'll see the piece that's got to connect to. But yeah, you just gotta kind of get it in there as best you can. It'll go. Don't forget you have the thermostat right here to detect the temperature. It slides in and twist. This guy hanging out back here. Go ahead and plug our control module back in. Alright. Got our ground up here. This gets fed through here and clips onto the housing right here to kind of stay out of the way. Oh, there's the ground. Couldn't see around my tweeter. Just ground's right here. Your ground there. Make sure that's all good. We'll reinstall this actuator. Alright, so now you plug this guy in. Alright, so after you've got this guy plugged in, you want to pop it back into the little housing. You've got this screw over here holding the ductwork in. And get that guy on. And once you've got that back on, we'll start throwing the plastics on. Just you know, kind of verify you've got everything on right. At this stage, I would recommend doing a reset. I think that's the most important part of this whole process that gets left out. You know, people replace their actuators and don't go over, you know, the reset process. I'll make a short video on that if you check out my other videos, you'll see that one. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, if you could like, if you've got anything to add, leave a comment down below. Have a good one.